Welcome back to my channel, Cancer. This is just a quick morning inspirational read just to give you an idea on a general basis of what's happening for the month of October for you. Does look like you're doing a lot of soul searching here this month. Definitely looks like there's some inspiration that's coming through, though. But it definitely seems to be a time for you to really mull things over and try to move ahead. Of course, the card of the thinking man is definitely you being in a space, headspace, being in your headspace. And again, a lot of these cards kind of speak to you still being in a little bit of a toxic mindset or something a little more negative. But again, I do feel like you're finding your way through it here, and it will start to show itself probably toward the end of October, but definitely you are you're divinely guided here for sure. You are getting protection at this time because you are doing some really deep soul searching. So the card of the thinking man is definitely a card about trying to understand yourself, your world, anything that allows you to get hold of your spiritual or mental or emotional pursuits. So this could speak to, kind of dealing with some kind of a broken heart. As I say, this could represent an emotional aspect of your life that's been, implicated in some way. So whether this is a relationship or whether this is just general letdown in some area of your life, but it definitely feels like there could be some kind of could be another person that's coming in here just to give you a little bit of words of wisdom, that kind of thing as well for others of you. It could be, as I say, a male friend, doesn't have to be that energy, but certainly could speak to some kind of, um, you know, additional person that's coming in just to be either a compassionate ear or help you to move ahead in some way so that you can discipline yourself and get out of this headspace. But as I say, there's a lot of positive cards here that do indicate that you are going to be moving through that period of upset. And for sure, with the card of the broken heart, as I said, I mean, that can kind of cross a few boundaries there. It could be an important emotional relationship or a few areas of your life that have been impacted here, but it's a card of grief and loss. So it definitely is about, a lot of the hurts are being or at the surface here for the month of October that you're dealing with. And that's why you're in this real heavy energy. I just feel like you need to release that energy, heal it through, there's various means, of course. There's meditation, going out in nature, certainly does speak to trying to find some kind of inner peace anyway. But you're letting go of old experiences, old hurts, everything's at the surface for you to have to deal with at this point. The garden and the gate definitely moves into that space of, I think you're concerned about your future, your prosperity, anything that deals with abundance, and you don't necessarily feel safe at this time. I do feel that it is a card though that does bode well for money coming into you. So there is going to be something that moves in your direction here. So you just have to shift your focus here, basically, just to be able to widen your perspective and get out of this headspace of lack, is what the card of anxiety is. So you're not allowing yourself to be open to the possibilities. You're seeing the restrictions when you really just have to fail fast and move forward, is as they say. Sorry. So again, that card of anxiety is really just you kind of shutting yourself down, closing yourself off. I feel like your heart is maybe not as open as it could be at this time. I just feel like there's a period of worry that you're having to kind of weather. So this is you being in a negative mindset, brooding, that kind of thing. And I just feel like you just need to release that and move forward, and understand that you are being guided at this time. And there's a lot of positivity, sorry, coming in for you. So anyway, in terms of the temple path, of course, you do have spirit looking out for you. You are also getting wisdom that's coming through. You are getting protection, but you're also getting insights. And I feel that these are very significant spiritual insights that are helping to guide you along that way. So you're starting to find some spiritual purpose, some supports. You're evolving in some way on a very deep level. And I do feel like you're headed in the right direction with all of these cards. cards. And again, this can be family members that are coming through for you from the spirit world, friends, angels, guides, all of that. But these are helpers that are coming to you. They're helping you to expand and reconnect, not only with others, but with yourself, most importantly. And it does start with self first before you're able to connect with others. So I feel like you are as I say, you're on a really deep path of inner soul searching in the month of October. There's still a lot going on for you mentally. So, of course, the card of second chakra, Archangel Ariel, is a card of finding intimate connections again with ourself, because it's coupled with the temple path, but it's also using creative ways to re-inspire yourself or bring you forward in some way so that you can reach sort of the deeper parts of yourself to express, which I feel are repressed at this time. So you need to nurture yourself and things will start to flow a little easier for you. And I feel like you have to allow for some emotional intimacy. And again, this is for yourself, reconnecting with yourself and your inner child, so to speak, talking gently to yourself and realizing that, it doesn't do you any service to, to stay in a heavy place of morose negativity, because you're not expanding, you're not able to consider any other possibilities so long as you stay in that energy. So the angel of strength, of course, is just having the courage to kind of get through a situation. So it's using your personal power and your inner strength, and that will bring you to blossoming abundance. So this is about, how do you speak your truth? How do you convey, your personal power? How do you take action on the things that you feel you need to balance out in your life, right? So this is also about gaining that control. And again, you're using your inner resources here to be able to move forward. So you're going to resolve those things by doing what's necessary in the practical sense to be able to make your dreams your reality. And of course, with that blossoming abundance card, whatever this reality is that's coming in for you, it's going to be fairly significant and quite positive. So I do feel like you are, wherever there's any kind of money issues, that's being resolved. Anything that's in around, heart space matters. And I don't say resolved in 1 month, but I do feel like the energy is moving in that direction. So you are increasing your value through your finances, through your abundance, through your connections. Some of that, as I say, is going to trail out into other months, because it's not just something that happens in a single 12 days sort of scenario, but it definitely is you increasing your wealth, and it definitely is you blooming in some way, so you expanding the possibilities. And I feel like you're going to be very grateful that this negativity and this heaviness that you're working through, you do find, your path through the gate. So you may be stuck in the gardens beyond the gate. You may be stuck in a repressed sort of period here, but again, where you're headed is blossoming abundance. You're just behind the gate right now. So just give yourself that chance to figure out where your strengths are and use that to your advantage, because the path ahead is a positive one. So the last little bit I want to throw in there for you is just for advice cards, and basically it's quotes. So may your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. And that's Nelson Mandela. And this is from the Everyday Hope book. And I also have, remember that your life is made up of many parts. So if one area of your life isn't going so well, focus on an area that is. Perhaps work is causing you stress, but you have a great relationship, or your relationship is crumbling, but you have amazing friends. Focus on the positive. So it's not to say, open arms to everything, but it does speak to, for sure you can have boundaries and that kind of thing, but it's just being a little bit more receptive to the positive things that are around you and not to close yourself off. So you must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. And that is Gandhi. And the last quote out is, rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. That was J.K. Rowling. So anyway, hope that gives you a little bit of morning inspiration for you, Cancer, and have a great day. Talk to you in future reads.